Good morning, beloveds. It is a hot one out there. I managed 2 miles and then my body was like, we ain't doing any more. So I respected that and walked the shorter loop while Tom finished. And then we did walk the last loop as usual with our bag of peanuts to entertain the squirrels. And I think I got one really good picture of the blue jay. There were about 5 of them today. So, yes, today is definitely a day to drink a lot of water. But it is August 8th. It is Saturday. And our title today in reading The Science of Mind 365 is Protecting the Power of the Rewind. The protecting power of the infinite sustains me. It helps if I get the words in the right order, right? All right. As a child turns to its parents for comfort, so every one of us is relying on God, whether or not we realize it. This concept is so universal that it has been present in every age, with all people and at all times. Jesus dared to place his hand serenely in the hand of the invisible. His works justified his words. His faith was manifest through his acts. Nothing has happened to reality since this glorious figure walked the highways of human experience. With equal confidence, you should believe in the protecting presence of the ever-available Spirit. Today, you are to hold your thoughts steadfast in the realization that God withholds nothing from you. Therefore, prepare yourself for a life of joy, love, happiness, and well-being. Say, I know that the law of God surrounds me with love and friendship. I let it radiate in my environment, bless everything I touch, make whole that which is weak, turn fear into faith, accomplish the miracle of healing through love. I welcome the opportunity to love fully, completely, and joyfully. I believe in myself because I believe in God. I accept life fully, completely, without reservation, holding to the conviction that good is the eternal reality, that God is the everlasting presence, that Christ within me is the eternal guide, that my life is complete today. Well, that's a very uplifting one. Okay. I'm a bit of a sweaty mess today. Sorry about that. All right. So the protecting power of the infinite sustains me. I mean, just the title alone is really amazing. All right. Now, let's start with before I start this over, because the very first phrase mentions parents. If you have a tenuous relationship with your parent and you want to choose another word, like say you have a better relationship with your grandparent, substitute the word. Whatever word makes it more, I'm going to use the word palatable for you. So as a child turns to its parent, its grandparent, its friend, whatever word it is. So as a child turns to its parents for comfort, every one of us is relying on God, whether or not we realize it. If God is all there is, and we are made out of God's stuff, then we are relying on God. I don't know if it makes it better or not to realize that. I mean, I guess that's an individual determination. There are definitely times when I can drop my burden because I know that if I'm not strong enough, God is. That's just my 2 cents. So there are definitely times when realizing it is better. This concept is so universal that it has been present in every age with all people and at all times. Go read world mythology. It's there. I was once challenged by a coworker at one of my jobs while I was in school about being an anthropologist, and they didn't think that anthropologists believed in gods, and I'm like, are you kidding me? If you've looked at the variety of expressions in God of God through all cultures, how could we not? How could we not believe in God? Every culture believes in something. So, that's the beautiful thing about world mythology. You get to see all the ways that people perceive God. Jesus dared to place his hand serenely in the hand of the invisible. And that's just a beautiful turn of phrase right there. Think about that, placing your hand in a bigger hand. In those moments when, like my grandfather, he was tall, but he had long hands, and even as an adult, his hands were so much bigger than mine. Just putting my hand in his. His works justified his words, and his faith was manifest through his acts. So, Jesus, his works justified his words. He walked his walk and he walked his talk. His faith was manifest through his act. Nothing has happened to that reality since this glorious figure walked the highways of human experience. And again, that is a beautiful turn of phrase. I suspect that this probably was from a talk. I love Ernest, but he doesn't write like that. But he does talk like that. So nothing has happened to the reality. All of the things that Jesus did, we are capable of if we have the faith, if we are willing to put our hand in the hand of the divine and have that faith, like literally give it up to God. Hardball metaphysics, as Jesse likes to call it. I think he got that from Emma, though. With equal confidence, you should believe in that protecting presence of the ever available Spirit. And that's one of the things that we'll trip ourselves up on. It is ever available, but we have to avail ourselves of it. We have to consciously use it. We have to put our hand in the hand of the divine. And we're so used to doing it all ourselves and relying on our own willpower. We don't have to do that. Today you are to hold your thoughts steadfast in the realization that God withholds nothing from you. Therefore, prepare yourself for a life of joy, love, happiness, and well-being. God withholds nothing from you. The world, on the other hand, well, I admit it's messy. And when we run into each other, we can get really good about withholding from each other. But the divine withholds nothing. So I know that the law of God surrounds me with love and friendship. I let it radiate in my environment, bless everything I touch, make whole that which is weak, turn fear into faith, and accomplish the miracle of healing through love. So surround me with love and friendship. Radiate into my environment. Bless everything I touch. Make whole that what is weak, and turn fear into faith. And then I love how he says this, and accomplish the miracle of healing through love. If you've got something, a part of your body, that isn't working the way you would like it to, love it. I got a knee that doesn't always like me. I got the small of my back that doesn't always like me. Well, if I love it, it'll probably work better. Try it. Take it out for a test drive. See. I welcome the opportunity to love fully, completely and joyfully. It's good practice. I believe in myself because I believe in God. Well, if God is all there is, and I believe in God, then how can I not believe in myself? Because I know that I am a tiny, tiny portion of the great infinite. That I am made up of God's stuff. How can I not believe in myself? How can you not believe in yourself if you believe in God? Because God made you, and you know God don't make no junk. Inspirational poster from when I was a child. I'm sure we've all seen them. I accept life fully, completely, without reservation, holding to the conviction that good is the eternal reality, that God is the everlasting presence, that Christ within me is the eternal guide, that my life is complete today. Are you willing to accept life fully, completely, and without reservation? Are you willing to hold the conviction that good is the eternal reality? Are you willing to know that God is the everlasting presence? And are you willing to accept the Christ consciousness within you as the guide? Because that is what makes your life complete. The Christ consciousness is what Jesus stepped into. It is the recognition of the union of you with the divine. So when we talk about the Christ consciousness, we're not talking about a person. We are talking about a consciousness, a way of being in the world. And it is a way of faith, and it is a way of love, and it is a way of sacrifice. Because you have to sacrifice who the world has told you you are to be who you actually are. Alrighty then, our mission, should we choose to accept it, which I pretty much already said, is to live fully, completely, and without reservation. And to recognize the protecting power of the infinite sustains us. So, it is Saturday. And I have no process today. I actually have a day to myself. So, I encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. It may be too hot to open the windows, but I do encourage you to get some fresh air. And I do encourage you, I'm going to keep stealing phrases from Ernest, to open the windows of your soul and get that breath of heaven. And to put your hand in the hand of the divine. To know that you are safe. To know that you are loved. That's why I like to tell you every day, you are the beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased. Because it's the truth. And I will tell you every day until you tell yourself. And even then, I will still tell you. Oh, but it is what it is, right? All right. Reverend David will be on with you around 5 today. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. And since it's Saturday, that means tomorrow is Sunday. And we will have an amazing service for you tomorrow. Yeah, Jesse was on fire on last Sunday, so I am sure he will be just as on fire this coming Sunday, and I'm sure the music will be amazing. Melody has been amazing with Jeffrey throwing music at her and going, hey, we should do this, and she's like, all right. So it's been really good. I'm not sure who the musicians are going to be tomorrow, but we will be right here at 11 a.m. with you. So do something that engages your mind and your body today. And drink plenty of water and get some rest. All right, beloveds? Do what it takes to make a wonderful day for you. And I will see you again tomorrow.